Okay, first I want to talk with you a little bit, and then later I show you the presentation about the Montessori therapy. So first of all, hello everyone. I'm very happy to be here today, and thank you, Erin, for this great opinion to be here. My name is Melanie Hubel, and first of all, I would like to share with you a very personal experience from my work, and experiences came a real tuning point of my life. I'm an early childhood education in Germany, and I completed the AMI training for children aged 3 to 6. And during my final exam, I had the great honor to that one of the examiners was Laurie Anderlich, one of the co-founders of the Montessori therapy, together with Professor Dr. Helbrücke. But I will come to this later. I constantly choose to work in a regular kindergarten and not in a Montessori-only environment. That has a special reason because I think I wanted that all children have access to the Montessori materials, the principles, and not just a selected group. And I often observe something very interesting. Children with higher support needs were especially drawn to the Montessori materials. They connected with them in a very natural way. So now let me tell you about two special children who had a very important impact in my life and my Montessori work. In September 2022, let's say his name is Abe, came into my group together with his twin brother. And from the very beginning, it was extremely challenging. They were not speaking, they did not respond to their name. When the classroom door opened, they would run out. Transitions were very difficult for them. They were screaming, crying, laying on the floor. And the children were at this time 3 years old. And the development was not age appropriate. So the reality is it was a really huge challenge to meet their needs while also support the other 23 children. Because realistically, they almost needed a one-to-one support. And at the same time, I was responsible for everyone because I was the group leader. So let's be honest, in a typical system, they would never have fit in a regular group. Their contract would have just been terminated. And also there was a lot of pressure. Daily conversations with the parents, concern that the place might be at risk. Some other parents were worried that their own children would not have enough attention from me and from my assistants. And even with the other team members, I had discussions. I had to justify every time my discussions. But I made my decision. I wanted to give these children a chance because I could see something in them, potential, even if it was not visible to everyone else yet. So there was one moment I will never forget. Our carnival celebration. So in Germany, in February, we always celebrate Carnival. The children can come dressed up as the favorite movie stars or princess, pirates, and everything. So first we celebrate in our classroom, and later the whole kindergarten is in the hall celebrating together, having a big party. So you can imagine 100 children together. It's a lot of going on there. So I asked the parents, what do you think? Do you think your children are able to manage this? But they didn't know because they never had such an experience like this before. So we decide, okay, let's try it because nobody knows how they will react. So the parents were ready to come within minutes if this would need it. So 1 week before the party begins, we had a team meeting, and one colleague said to me, yes, you did say to the parents that they're not allowed to come, right? And I was like, what? No, of course not, because we will try. Nobody knows how will they react. And let's say, to be honest, they did great. So there was no something from them. They did a great party. Could be there from the beginning until the end. So it was really a good decision that they are allowed to come. And there was also a special moment around Christmas time. The children were playing a group game, In this game is always one child the witch and has a magic wand in his hand. And he says the rhyme in Hexenwald is die Welt verhext. And after that, the children have to freeze. Nobody is allowed to move. Who's moving, he has to sit down. And it was so amazing because one of the twins couldn't speak at this moment yet. And he was standing in the middle, having this paper roll in his hand, and was trying to do the rhyme. And one other children saw that, and he went over and was playing with him. And in a few minutes, the whole classroom was playing with him this game. And let's be honest, I stood there with tears in my eyes. And even now, it's such a beautiful moment. I still can cry again because you see, the other children don't have problem with exclusion. It's the grown-ups who has problem with that. And I always think we cannot talk about inclusion and exclude children before even giving them a chance. So another situation was a trip to the zoo. Imagine 120 children, a bus ride, no parents, only the staff members. And of course, in the team meeting again, I had to got the question, you will leave them at home, right? And I was like, no, I will try. And I'm the law for the children. I say, no, I try it. The parents still, if it not work, I will call them. And let's say it again, it worked perfectly. They had a really great day at the zoo. There was nothing trouble with them. So yes. And over the time, I built a really strong relationship with them because I believe it in these children. I supported them. I gave them structure, but I also gave them clear boundaries. I gave them the chance to be like all the other children. That's exactly what they wanted and what these children needed. And of course, yes, there were struggles, there were tears, and sometimes even really doubts. Did I do the right decision? In February, I started my practical phase in the Montessori therapy training, and one of the twins was my case study child. And through this work, he developed so much. We had the Montessori therapy once in the week for 45 minutes. I had adopted Montessori material for his interests and his needs. Always one parent was with us in the session, observed the session, and after 45 minutes, I had a reflection with the parents. So we talked, what did you observe today? What you can do at home? Because in the Montessori therapy, the parents are the co-therapists, because we want that what they see in our therapy sessions, that they transfer it at home, because mostly of the time, the children are at home. So this experience of the Montessori therapy training changed something fundamental to me. I realized what these children needed was more than just education. Montessori alone is very powerful, but some children, they need more. And this is where Montessori therapy begins. I would now like to give you a short insight in what Montessori therapy actually is. Okay, so now I will share my screen. I hope I'm not talking too fast.
You're doing excellent, don't worry.
Thank you. Okay. So you can see it? Okay, let me see. Oh.
Yes, it's showing.
Okay, now I don't see it anymore, but wait, give me a second. So, come on. Okay, why is that working? Okay, I have to do it again. I'm sorry. Technical issues. Okay. Now it works. So now you see, me again. I'm Melanie Hubel. Right now, I'm a Montessori therapist, and since last August, I work at the KBO Kinderzentrum in Munich. That is where the Montessori therapy was invented. And I also work as a freelancer Montessori therapist. I have 2 families where I go home and support them, but I also have a practice where I work. Yeah, here you see again, that's the new building because unfortunately the old one has to be renovated. So the orange of the Montessori therapy is the Montessori therapy was developed in Munich at the KBO Children's Center. Was by Dr. Theo Bahadricki, where you can see left on the picture, and Laurie Anderlich on the right picture, and their interdisciplinary team. Their therapy is still practiced there today, and we work together with us for the they work together with us for the Montessori therapy training. But you also can take place as a Montessori therapist in schools, in kindergarten, in therapy centers, in private practice, but also in senior care settings. So a Delaware therapeutic approach based on the Montessori work of Maria Montessori. So it supports people with development delays, with autism spectrum conditions, neurological difference, learning difficulties, social emotional challenges, what we have right now a lot here in Germany, and of course, many more. So always the goal still is the Montessori goal. The child should be as possible for his needs to be independent, participation, and self-regulation. And the good thing is, for the Montessori therapy, there is no age limit. So you can start with a newborn, but also with older people. So the key elements is, like Letitia said before, you need a prepared therapeutic environment, special designed materials, individualized therapeutic guidance, respect for pace and development, and you help for the strange with concentration, coordination, emotional regulation, social interactions, and of course, many more. Here you see the 2 materials I had for my case study child. The first one was our sensory box with the animals. So the animals were hidden in the basket and he had to take them out. Later, he had to share the animals with the pictures. Then we had the color pictures, then we had the black-white pictures, and at the end, I had also the puzzle. So every session, as soon as he was good enough, I made it a little difficult for him. So of course, he could be more affected. And on the right side, you see Super Mario. He was a big Mario fan, and that was our practical life exercise. And every time he threw the discs and got green, then he was allowed to fill up the beans in the glass. And if he had the Mario, then became the lens. And at the end, we could count, okay, how many green glasses we got, how many yellow glasses we got, orange, I'm sorry. So, and like you heard before, we were the first international Montessori therapy training program. We had practicants from several countries. We had China, we had Australia, we had UK, Germany, yes, so many, and Canada was there too. And professionals from different disciplines came together so we can deepen our knowledge and therapeutic practice. So this milestone marks a very important step in making the Montessori therapy accessible worldwide. Because if you imagine, the Montessori therapy is in Germany invented for almost 35 years. So now we have a new course structure. To make the special training accessible to more international practicants, we have adapted the course structure. That means starting this year, the training will be only fully online. The program will include video lectures with English subtitles, regular live Q&A sessions, flexible and family-friendly shielding, largely self-organized learning time, and after the theoretic phase, a tutor will accompany you and support you during your case study. The registration is free of charge, and only shortly before the course begins, you will receive a contract, and then you get more information about the payment. And I'm really glad to say that I'm going to be the course assistant for this course. Montessori is my passion, it's my destiny. And yes, I'm the course assistant for the new course. And yes, if you are interested to learn more about the Montessori therapy, you can register here. That's the link from the Montessori website. It's in German and English. So you can find about more information. And if you are registered here, you will get all the newsletters when we have the final day of the course and everything. Okay, I give you 4 minutes if you want to scan it.
Yes. Is it showing still on the screen for anyone to scan? Okay. And
Yeah.
then are you ready to answer any questions? I'm sure you'll have plenty.
Yes, I will.
Go ahead.
And I also do a little advertisement for myself. So if you want to know more about my Montessori work, you are free to visit me on Instagram. You also can write me there a direct message if you have any questions.
And you'll be able to share those in the chat later, I think.
Yes, I think I can do that. Okay. So that's about the Montessori therapy training. So, and let me tell you a little more about when I look back at this experience with these children. I really changed the way I see the children. It changed the way I work, and it changed the way I understand inclusion. The big question is not, can the child adapt the system? That's wrong. The question is, can we adapt the environment for the child? And inclusion is not about keeping children in a system. It's about truly seeing the children, supporting them. And sometimes it means changing everything around them. Like Letitia said, okay, we do the pink tower on the table. So my thing is every child deserves to be seen, to be supported, and it belongs to everyone. So I hope I could show you my passion for the Montessori therapy. It's my destiny. It's finally where I'm used to be, and I'm on fire for this. And yeah, so now I'm ready for your questions. And I think the best is if it's possible that you just raise your hands. Okay, if I see correctly, there are no questions. So let me see.
Oh, there is a site. There's one site, but there's one in English. Is that what you're
Yes.
asking for?
So the Montessori therapy course is only invented by the Montessori Berufsverband. They do the Montessori therapy course, and let me see. I think it should work. Okay, can you see it? No, not yet. Wait a second.
And
I
while you're
think you now should.
Oh, sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, that's fine. Yes, and about the new system of the Montessori course. That's why we're not having a final date yet when it starts. Our goal is that we start this year, because we want to do it now fully online, so there's no travel thing. And it's also that will be like that you can watch the videos on demand and everything, so you can do a little bit on your own timing. There are fixed dates when we have the meetings and everything, but if you say, okay, right now there's so much going on, I take a week break or anything, that would be fine.
Linda does have a question. Linda, if you'd like to
Yes.
unmute and ask Melanie.
Yes.
Also,
First of all, I'd really like to thank you for being here and thank Erin for doing this. I can't figure out the scan stuff. can
Mm.
you post a
I sent you,
website or a
yes,
URL where I can go and see it?
I will. Give me a second.
Oh, okay. Thank you.
So here you go, and this is supposed to be right the English side. Can somebody check if it works for you?
Yes, it worked. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. So you find there all informations about the therapy, and still you are free to write me anytime so I can ask you any questions. And about the question if I recommend a Montessori guide work as a Montessori therapist, well, I think yes. For me personally, it changed the way of my thinking and everything. And yeah, I think it's a good thing. And the only, let's be honest, and you have to see it's every country, it's different. But as a Montessori therapist in Germany, you're not getting more money. You're still working as a Montessori or still as an educator. Maybe you have lucky and get a little more money because you work with special needs children. But it's okay, at least for me, it's okay because my focus, let's be honest, is not the money. My focus is to help the children. But of course, everybody has to see if it works with your country. When I work as a freelancer, I get paid by the government, but they're not paying really good. Like everywhere, inclusion is not the best thing where you earn money. But I think all of us here, that's not our main focus. Our focus is to help the people and help to make a better world.
Do you see the other question in there? How to incorporate, how do we as Montessori therapists incorporate peace, education, and meditation?
Mm, how we do incorporate peace in education? That's a good question. I think that's always belongs also for myself. How I show everybody how I'm feeling. I'm the role model. The parents are the role model. So yeah,
Do you remember? I want to bring this up
yeah,
because I think this is a very broad umbrella of a question because it's kind of hidden because it's so all encompassing. I don't want
yeah.
to take away your answer. I don't want to speak for you. But do you
That's fine.
remember the child we watched in the observation with, we were watching the observation in that big room. We were
Mm-hmm.
all there.
Yeah.
And the peace education was clear to me through my eyes that it started that moment. So I wonder if you saw the same thing and you'd like to speak about how that is incorporated.
I don't want to tell too much about it, be honest, because it's a really big subject also in the therapy training. And I still think, yeah, it's about the role model, how we doing it. And, you know, not the children are always really peaceful, you know, yeah.
Yes, it's part of it. It's infused. It's not
It's yeah, it's a part of
separate.
the nature, and like I said, it's a really difficult time, and yes, there were not always happy times with these two twin boys because at the beginning they were destroying all the construction for the other children. They were screaming when something new happened. The other children sometimes sit down there, but they always accepted them. They helped them, and we had the chance that 2 years later we were at the My Dance in our city hall and did dance in public. And these two, nobody saw that these are inclusion children because they did so much improvement and the Montessori therapy was so good for these children. And it was a totally match that we three met together and that I believed in them. And yes, it's just for me. It was meant to be.
I love that. It's you. You have a hand raised. Rebecca has a hand
Mm-hmm.
to.
Yeah.
Am I allowed to share like just one or two strategies or thoughts about that
Sure.
on my end? I just think that as sensory based, like children that are neurodivergent, they're just so sensitive to their environment, right? And the sensory input. And I think just as simple as like the whispering and the respect and reverence for the children is a way that I know has been helpful for me. And most importantly, the Peace Corner itself, putting an emphasis on that and letting the child know that it might be that one space they can go and be alone, right? And just like teaching them ways and through the other children, like having them model those kinds of things of, I'm going to go into the Peace Corner to find my peace or listen to a music box or, use a labyrinth or something. But those are some things that I've used to help remove that. That's kind of why I brought it up, because I just love to hear ideas of professionals that are doing the same. So thank you. Let me share that.
Thank you.
Awesome. Thanks for sharing.
Yes.
We love to hear everyone's voices.
Yeah, so I really hope I could encourage you that every child deserves a place and someone who's believing in them. And there's only one person they need who believes in me, and then we can change a lot. And yeah, that's what I wanted to share with you, because right now the children will go in September at a regular school. It will not be easy, but they were able to go there.
Thank you all. Let me see one more quick check in the chat. I don't think there are any more questions, but I could.
Yeah.
Yes. Okay. It looks like we'll start. Let's see. Neurodivergent child. Yes. Self-esteem is huge. I agree.
Yes. So please never give up. And yes, like I said, there were struggles and it's not always good times. You are struggling, and it's at the beginning, it's a lot of more work. You have to do all the documentation. You have a lot of parents meeting. Also, we had parents at the evening with all the parents, because there were the doubts. Okay, is my child getting enough attention and everything? So yes, but seeing what happened with these children, all these fights and things was worth. And yes, okay, I got a few gray hairs from them, but still, I think it was worth for me. And these two changed my life. And yes, I will always be grateful for them. And I think they were grateful for me too. So